Today's video, we are going to solve quadratic equations by factoring. I have here three examples. One is x squared plus 3x plus 2 equals 0. Number 2, x squared minus 5x minus 14 equals 0. And number 3, 3x squared plus x minus 2 equals 0. In solving quadratic equations by factoring, be sure that your given quadratic equation is in standard form. And that is, naka-arrange ang ating terms into quadratic term, linear term, constant term equals 0. Then after that, do the factoring. And take note of this. The factored form of a quadratic trinomial is a product of two binomials. Let us use two quantities. Break down the first term into two factors, x and x, because x times x is x squared. Then after that, we will find factors of the constant term whose sum is the middle term. And the only factors of 2 and 1. 2 times 1, 2. 2 plus 1, 3. So we will use 2 and 1. All are positive, so positive din parehas. Then, after na ma-factor natin yung quadratic trinomial, we will use the concept of zero factor property. And that is A, B equals 0. Anong sinasabi nito? The product of A and B is 0 if and only if A is 0 or B is 0. We will use this concept to solve this quantity x plus 2 times quantity x plus 1 equals 0. This is our A and this is our B. Let us equate A or x plus 2 equals 0. And our B, x plus 1 equals 0. Then solve for x. X equals transpose positive 2 to the right side. Just change the sign. It will become negative 2. Then x equals transpose positive 1 to the right side. Change the sign. It will become negative 1. So our final answer will be negative 2 and negative 1. Now, let us proceed to number 2. X squared minus 5x minus 14 equals 0. The given equation is already in standard form. Let us do the factoring. Let us use two parentheses or two quantities. Break down the quadratic term into two factors, x and x. Then, let us look the constant term, negative 14. What are the factors of negative 14 whose sum is negative 5? Positive 2 and negative 7. Negative 2 and positive 7. 14 times negative 1. Negative 14 times 1. Lahat sila, ang product is negative 14. Ang hahanapin natin ay kapag pinag-plus sila, ang sum negative 5. Let us add the first set of numbers. 2 plus negative 7. Negative 5. Nasa pool agad natin, negative 5. So we will use positive 2 and negative 7. Then after that, use again the concept of zero factor property. X plus 2 equals 0 and the other x minus 7 equals 0. Then solve for x. X equals transpose negative 2. X negative 7 transpose to the right side, it will become positive 7. So our final answer here are negative 2 and positive 7. And now let us proceed to number 3. 3x squared plus x minus 2 equals 0. This is different from number 1 and number 2 because there is a numerical coefficient other than 1, which is 3. Paano natin ito gagawin? Okay, sundan lang yung procedure. Multiply this 3 to the constant term. It will become x squared plus x, 3 times 2, 6 equals 0. Then factor x squared plus x minus 6 equals 0. Use two quantities equals 0. Break down x squared into two factors, x and x. Then, look for the constant term. What are the factors of negative 6 whose sum is positive 1? What are the factors of negative 6? Negative 3 times 2. Positive 3 times negative 2. 6 times negative 1 or negative 6 times 1. Lahat, ang product niyan, negative 6. So, ang hahanapin natin, ang sum is 1. Let us add. Negative 3 plus 2, negative 1. So, hindi siya. 3 plus negative 2 is positive 1. Positive 1. So, ang gagamitin natin is 3 and negative 2. Let us use positive 3 and negative 2. Kanina, nag-multiply tayo ng 3 sa negative 2. So, ngayon naman, i-divide natin itong 3 and 2 by 3. Then, x plus 3 over 3 is 1. X plus 1. Then, ilalagay natin itong 3 sa tabi ng x. It will become 3x minus 2 equals 0. This is the factored form of this quadratic trinomial. To check whether your factored form is correct, use the FOIL method. Let us try. F stands for the first terms. X times 3x. 3x squared. O for the outside terms. X times negative 2. Negative 2x. I for the inside terms. 1 times 3x. 3x. L for the last terms. Positive 1 times negative 2. Negative 2. Then combined like terms. 3x squared. Walang katulad. Just copy. Negative 2x and positive 3x are like terms or similar terms. Combined it. Negative 2 plus 3 is positive 1 or just simply x. Then minus 2 equals 0. Look, same. 3x squared plus x, negative 2 equals 0. Our factoring is correct. Okay, after natin ma-factor, let us use the concept of zero factor property. X plus 1 equals 0 and the other 3x minus 2 equals 0. Then solve. X equals transpose positive 1 to the right side. It will become negative 1. Then 3x transpose negative 2 to the right side. Change the sign. It will become positive 2. We need x, not 3x. So we divide 3x by 3. Then do the same to the right side. Divide by 3. Then cancel. X equals 2/3. So, the values of x will be negative 1 and positive 2/3. These are our final answers.